Yeah. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Agape. Welcome to this wonderful time when we get to come together in community and celebrate life divine. That's in you, it is in me, it is all that is. Life is good. So we just welcome you all here to Agape. I'm Marianne Lewis, Music and Arts Director here. And we've got an amazing house band with us today, yeah. All right, Mitch Foreman, Andre Berry, David Neal, Cal Bennett, Tony St. James, Idris Hester. Yeah. Yes. All right, y'all. We got Jamie Lula in the house, okay? All right. Jamie. Jen Johns is in the house today. Yeah. Joshua Johnson. All right. Lori Mathis is with us today. Okay. The Agape Global Choir. And you. So it's time for us to sing. Let's raise our voices. It's a good day. Hey. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on the Spirit. Stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on Spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind. Stayed on Spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Come on, Jennifer.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful day, Agape Nation. The meditative thought is coming up right there on your screen. You can see it. I'm inviting you to feel it and to practice it through the week. This is what Reverend Dr. Michael tells us this week. Each of us is a holographic, reflective expression of our Creator Source. And just as its essence has no label, in spite of all those we endeavor to place upon it according to our understanding, we also come into this world label-free. What we need to cultivate is an inner standing that supports us in relating to the pristineness of the life essence that animates, sustains, and expresses in, as, and through each of us. Such an understanding will cause us to realize that no label has ever been, nor can ever be, placed on our spirit, not by our parents, society, peers, or ourselves. That's from Reverend Michael to put into play and practice this week. Love to you, Agape. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you so much, Reverend Coco. Well, once again, welcome everyone. It's time for our congregational song, and it is called Use Me. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome. The words are on the screen, so we'd love for you to follow along with us. And we also love to stand at this time in our service as we stand together around the globe, standing for these beautiful words of the Spirit.
Welcome, all of you love streamers, to Agape International Spiritual Center. We're connecting with each other virtually, but it's just a mimicking of real life because we are virtually anywhere we are anyway, because most of us is invisible. And the body temple is a conduit through which that which is invisible can become visible. So we're living in a virtual reality anyway. So I welcome you. We're closer than close and deeper than deep. And I hit this first gong in recognition of the great life presence that's everywhere, called by millions of names. Mother, Father, God, Infinite Spirit, Lord God Almighty, all those names, but its nature never changes. Second gong is the realization that we are individualized expressions of this divine presence, personalizing the infinite in ways that we're called to do and to be. The last gong is about the manifestation realm. We are here to bring the eternity, to bring the eternal into time, that individuals can see the beauty and hear the love and the joy and the absolute awareness that the presence is everywhere. That's our job. I welcome you in that consciousness. Our musical inspiration is brought today by our Agape Global Choir under the direction of Marianne Lewis, who's becoming a master at skills she didn't even know she had during this COVID opportunity. It's the Corona bonus. The ways that individuals have grown, developed, and unfolded. The Agape Global Choir, as distinct from the Agape International Choir, are individuals all around the globe, not local, all around the globe who are participating in singing and bringing their gifts and talents under the aegis of Agape International. Listen to this and watch as well.
Forever.
Was that great or what? That's a rhetorical question. That was magnificent. That was Brother Ray Davis singing on the lead of that. That was our wonderful international house band, wonderful beings from all around the globe. Marianne Lewis pulled that together with her crew of individuals that edited and did the sound modulation and all of that, all for you to feel and sense the power and the presence of musicality moving through your soul. Now, if you guys, whoever's here, are here for the very first time at Agape, we appreciate your presence. It's not accidental. It's an on purpose. For some reason, for your expanded consciousness, the universe has brought you to this particular platform, to this particular spiritual center. And there are many veterans online. But for those of you who are here for the first time, surrounded by the veterans and the spiritual practitioners, we want to welcome you to Agape. And this is how we do it. We ask the practitioners and we ask the veterans online to extend their hearts through their hands. And then we say, welcome to Agape. We recognize you. We see who you truly are. Spiritual image and the very likeness of God. That truly you are a one-of-a-kind, wonderful, a one-of-a-kind, brilliant, unfolding genius. And today, we get to celebrate your very existence. We get to celebrate your infinite potential. We appreciate you. And we thank the universal presence for you, thereby saying to you at this moment, welcome to Agape! Feel welcomed, feel embraced, feel loved, because you are. You heard me use the word practitioner. If you don't know what that means, there is a ecclesiastical office in our community of spiritual therapists, individuals who have trained themselves and have been trained into the art and science of affirmative prayer, meditation, life visioning, and being a beneficial presence in sacred service. It's a wonderful group of people. They're holding us in prayer right now, and there will be one individual coming forth that represents that field. Dolores Aguano is going to come forward and allow the affirmatorium to emerge, in which we will affirm the truth of our being. She'll segue us into our purpose with our purpose statement, the selected reading, and then pull it all together in this morning's evocation for this particular service. If you were here earlier, you saw her facilitate the meditation service. Dolores.
Thank you, Rev. Good morning, Agape. Morning. How wonderful it is to be here with you. Reverend Michael's theme for this month is the single-eye approach to living, and his topic today is all systems go with no attachment to outcome, if you dare. This morning, I had the joy of facilitating our meditation with music by Soak. Very sweet. Today's musical inspiration is the Agape International Choir under the direction of practitioner Marianne Lewis. Our interpreters for today are T.L. Forsberg and Romina Mena. Licensed practitioners are currently holding prayer vigil and engaging with you in the comments of this broadcast on Facebook Live. You're invited to share any prayer requests there or contact our prayer ministry directly. Now is the time for our affirmations. I invite you to please stand wherever you are and repeat them aloud after me, line by line. I am here to reflect and reveal cosmic consciousness. The truth of my natural brilliance trumps all circumstances in my life. God is forever live streaming divine ideas to me. I download and demonstrate. My life is a moment-to-moment celebration of health and wholeness. High conversations and holy encounters express as me with ease and grace. This is my life on God.
This is my life on God.
And so it is. Amen.
So it is.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Agape's purpose statement. Our purpose as an intentional spiritual community is to be a living environment for individuals to realize that they are unique emanations of God, the love intelligence governing the universe. We embody an understanding of our oneness with God, and we consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through the New Thought, Ageless Wisdom teachings and energy of unconditional love, we are committed to individual transformation and to being a beneficial presence on the planet. Simply, we are here for God. The selected reading today is taken from Spiritual Liberation by Michael Bernard Beckwith. The following can be found on page 39 and is taken from chapter 4. The universe is forever sending out a casting call to us to accept our starring role in an A-list movie, stepping out of the movie reel version of our life and accepting the real role of who and what we are, our authentic self. As we sit in our inner screening room observing the moment-to-moment changing scenery of our life, we may wonder what indeed is the part we have come to play on this great stage of life. Only spiritual technology is advanced enough to edit our current points of view, to cut our illusions about what is real, and to leave them on the cutting room floor of consciousness. Most people do not experience reality, but rather their thoughts about reality. However, our thinking about reality does not put us in touch with the real. Reality enters our awareness when we awaken to our authentic self. When authenticity itself speaks through our words, thinks through our thoughts, walks through our feet, serves through our hands, and loves through our hearts, our lives have become real. So I invite you to take a moment to just close your eyes and turn inward with me. How grateful to know that the presence of God is all that there is, living itself, knowing itself as each of us. How grand and glorious a day is this beautiful Halloween day to let go of the ghosts of the past and the delusions and the illusions of the past, to embrace this present moment and the presence of God as our very lives. As we open our hearts to this service, I know that we are divinely guided and sustained. I give thanks for our beloved Reverend Michael Beckwith, knowing that he speaks the truth, that the voice of God works through him with ease and grace. How grateful I am to dance with the Rev in consciousness as well in the physical body temple. How grateful I am to be here with all of you. I bless this entire Agape community, all the people, all the ministers and practitioners, everyone who has put this service together, the musicians, the choir. How blessed are we to participate, to sup in this beautiful feast we call Agape. Thank you, sweet Spirit. I release this word unto the law, knowing there's nothing to make happen. It is already done in the mind of God, and we just allow it to be, saying, and so it is. Amen. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores Seguano. Appreciate your consciousness. You've been with us for years and years and years. The doorways are always open. The windows open. We're simply inviting you into a deeper feeling tone of who you are through this sacred music.
We We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, Lovey. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reap. Here we go. We are the harvest we reap.
That's wonderful and that's magnificent. I got a chance to make this announcement in the earlier service, but Jamie Lula will soon be Dr. Jamie Lula, as he's receiving an honorary doctorate in January from the CLSL community. And it's richly deserved. The amount of music and the intention behind the music has changed the lives of so many, Dr. Jamie. So God bless you and congratulations. And we'll bring this up again after January. Welcome, everyone. Once again, many things are going on at Agape, including the Sunday services, absolutely. But there's a lot that goes on in our community. And so practitioner Victor Dickerson, also Agape's receptionist, also part-time dancer, also actor, is going to come forward and highlight some of those things at Agape with the announcements.
Thank you, Reverend Michael. From one transformational artist to another. Thank you. Good morning, Agape. We have a few highlights for you today, and please visit the Agape website, agapelive.com, for more details on all of these announcements. All times listed are Pacific Daylight Time. Join us as we kick off Agape's 35th anniversary, 35 years of Agape, of a movement of unconditional, all-conditional, agenda-less love. Thank you, Reverend Michael, for surrendering to that vision so many moons ago. Next Sunday, November 7th, Reverend Michael will host our special guest speaker, Neil Donald Walsh, author of the acclaimed series Conversations with God, who will speak on calling all idea heroes. Join Reverend Michael for the Way of Meditation service at 6:45 a.m., followed by celebration services at 9 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Elevate your mental, emotional, and physical states and shift into vibrational alignment with SOAK, Sound Frequency Therapy. This is a healing protocol that pairs positive affirmations with specific sound frequencies to provide energetic and cellular alignment. The SOAK protocol is clinically proven to improve your health, boost your mood, help you sleep, and reduce anxiety and depression. And when you sign up at the premium membership level, you'll get a 70% discount off your first month, plus access to Reverend Michael's new 21-day program, The Art of Letting Go, by using the code AGAPE70. The cost for you will be $11 plus change, so go to SOAK, that's SOAAK.com, click on Premium Membership, and enter the code AGAPE70. Today, Teen Agape ages 14 to 19 meet online at 11:15 a.m. For information and to join, click the Teen Agape banner on the website. Preteens ages 9 to 13 meet at 2 p.m. Children ages 3 to 8 meet at 3:30. Both are live on Zoom. To join and get your Agape Youth Fun Packs, email revleon@agapelive.com. The Crisis Support Clinic is open every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Time. To receive Zoom information details for your first come, first serve appointment, please email crisissupport@agapelive.com. If you make an appointment, please be sure to keep it to receive the full benefit of your commitment. This is offered to the community at large, as anyone may attend. Monday through Saturday, see you on Facebook at 8 a.m. for daily prayer and 12 noon for meditation. Go to Agape Live at home for more details. This Tuesday, Laughter Yoga meets on Zoom at 6 p.m., facilitated by Agape practitioner Martin Weish. On our website, click on the banner to register. No experience necessary? Ha-ha, must stay. Little yoga humor there. Freedom Path Ministry Zooms this Wednesday at 5 p.m. Release any sense of addiction, old beliefs, or attachments. The guest speaker is Jesse Flynn Altabello. Go to our website and click on the Freedom Path banner at the top of the page for more information and to register. This is a gift to the community, and as Jamie Lula likes to sing, all are welcome here. Agape Spiritual Community Gathering is in session. Join us every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and connect in community for an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our master practitioners and amazing ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information on this. Save the date for an upcoming class, The Roots of Agape with Reverend Cynthia Ambrose. Take a transformational journey through the minds of New Thought luminaries. Explore the lives of Reverend Michael's influencers and contemporaries, and expand into the understanding of the core of Agape's unique teachings. This class meets for 5 consecutive Tuesdays, beginning Tuesday, November 16th at 6 p.m. This class is open to all and is a required class for the practitioner pathway. And remember to dance with the Rev. Get those endorphins flowing and shift your mood. Show us those moves in a 1-minute video dancing during a Sunday service and upload using the banner on the Agape website. And you may see yourself dance with the Rev on social media and on Sundays. Lastly, this is not an Agape event. However, it emanates from Agape and is one of our community partners, founded by Agape practitioner Akuyo Graham. Join Reverend Michael and others at this year's Voices of the Unheard as we celebrate the resiliency of our children and young people detained in the juvenile system. An evening of spoken word and music to lift up the vibration of abused and neglected children throughout LA County. Friday, November 5th at 7 p.m., a virtual celebration produced by Spirit Awakening Foundation on their website, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. This is free for all. Thank you so much. Peace and bountiful blessings, Agape.
Thank you, Brother Victor. Our musical inspiration, once again, is our Agape Global Choir. Watch this.
While I'm stretching out, my heart is filled. Thank you, Lord, I thank you, God, for letting me see I'm free. Filled with your power, a greater destiny, and I'm stretching out. Yeah.
believe she said it best. When all you trust it falls apart, let God be where you rest, and God will see you through. Trust in the power that can mend a broken heart, and just stretch on out. My mind is clear. Thank you, I thank you, God, for letting me see I'm free. Filled with the power, destiny, and I'm stretching out. My mind is clear. I thank you, God, for letting me see I'm free. Filled with the power of a greater destiny. Greater destiny.
Yeah, Jesus didn't say it first, but I believe he said it best. The ways of destruction will try to bring you down. Resist not evil, live from a greater love. The power within you is just waiting to be found, so just stretch on out. Yeah. My mind is clear. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, I thank you, God. And I'm stretching out. Yeah. My mind is clear. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, I thank you, God. I thank you, God. Oh, yes, I do. Greater destiny.
I'm stretching out. Cause I know, yes, I'm stretching. And I'm believing, and I know. And I'm leaning, cause I know.
Stretching out. It's Marianne Lewis directing. This is Mitch Foreman. Over here is Andre Berry on the bass aspect of life. Tony St. James is on the drums. David Neal is on the guitar. Calvin Bennett on the saxophone. Idris Hester, the Miracle Man, is there on the percussion. And there is you, stretching out. Because that's what life is all about, right?
That's what life is all about. Yes, Agape Global Choir. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Hey, Marianne has done it again. Marianne and her crew has done it again. The editing and the sound and the visual spectacularity is simply amazing. Chat up Marianne and the crew on the live stream there. She deserves a lot of love and a lot of appreciation for burning the midnight oil and going way beyond the call of duty to bring forth excellence. God bless you. And God bless us for being able to receive that powerful music and that powerful sacred sound and be absolutely inclined to jump into and live from the theme of this month, which is the single eye approach to life. And we've come to an awareness that as we listen to a single eye approach to life, as we come into the awareness of, if I be single, thy body become full of light, we become aware this month that the single eye approach to life is basically living with such intentionality. You've heard me say from time to time over the years that individuals are suffering from an intention deficit disorder. Individuals have very little intentionality. They just kind of get up and basically react to circumstances and situations that are happening in this flow of phenomena, but not necessarily having an intention. Now, the song Stretching Out is about living on the edge of our growth, development, and unfoldment so that our intention is to become better versions of ourselves every month, every year of our life, so that the individual that is here 365 days from now is not the same individual. There's been some growth. There's been some unfoldment. There's been some activation of potential. There's been some embracing of great possibilities that lie within us. And to live at that level takes us out of the stagnancy that many people live in, living the same day like Groundhog Day for their entire existence on the planet. Not you. You are here to have the singled eye approach to life. I am here to grow, develop, and unfold. I'm here to become the next great vision and version of myself. I'm here to embrace my potential. I'm here to activate my potential. I'm here to manifest my potential beyond status quo, beyond bureaucratic roadblocks, beyond business as usual that moves through the nation and the nations of the world. We're getting our orders directly from the Spirit, not from governments, not from potentates, not from dictators, not from politicians, but we're getting our orders directly from the presence that is never in absence. It's called divine intelligence. It's called divine guidance. And when one begins to live at that level, you're able to discern in the flow of phenomena what is real and what is not. And then you know that you're here to be a soulful artist, to anchor the realm of ever-expanding good on earth as it is in the heart mind of the infinite. Now, this idea that if the eye be single, thy body become full of light is an awareness, as I've been speaking this month, on two levels. The first level is as we begin to understand that the body becomes full of light when we have the single eye, we're aware that we become lighthearted. And this lightheartedness does not come from the world of phenomena. This lightheartedness comes from our awareness of our connection to the isness, the oneness, and the nowness of the Spirit, so that we can walk through the world of phenomena and not lose our sense of joy, our sense of lightheartedness, our sense of knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly in our life, because our life is not determined by circumstances. Our life is determined by our perception, our belief, our conversations, our spiritual practice. So we have a degree of lightheartedness even in the midst of tremendous changes that are going on the planet. It also means that we become aware through our reflective consciousness that we are surrounded by a field of infinite potential and great possibilities. This is truth, whether or not you're looking at it through the lens of sacred mysticism or you're looking at it through the lens of quantum mechanics. We live in a field of infinite potential, infinite possibilities. And when the body becomes full of light, this is what we see. And our experience is then governed by the insights and revelations that we're pulling from the field of infinite potential, not being pulled from the sea of mental garbage, which are thought forms that are emerging from a sense of separation, individuals that are living in fear and doubt and worry, who are culling their particular thoughts from the world of effects, not you. You're not pulling your thought forms from the world of garbage. You're not pulling your thought forms from the news reels. You are opening yourself up to divine inspiration. Inspiration, becoming soulful, creative artists that anchor heaven on earth. Heaven, the realm of ever-expanding good, you see? And when the eye is single, and we become aware that the body is an optic nerve, and when the eye is single, not only is there the metaphor and the prose and the poetry of the body being full of light and we become lighthearted, but in actuality, being luminous beings that we are, we have a direct encounter with our own luminosity, the luminosity of our higher self. We understand the deeper meaning that we are the light that lights up every man and every woman, every individual that comes into the earth, the same light that was found in Jesus the Christ, Gautama the Buddha, Kuan Yin, and those who have walked the planet, who have opened themselves up beyond 4 dimensions and have not succumbed to being dimensionally challenged like so many people who are in stagnancy. The body, we become full of light. And I said every week this month I would share one of my own personal experiences of my foray into that luminosity, and the one that comes up today, I call it falling awake. There was a moment in which I went to sleep. I was going to sleep at night, and I suddenly fell awake. And I became aware that I was light, and I was traveling throughout the planet, going in and out of people that I knew, people that I didn't know, all around the globe. And as this light, I could see the light in all beings. I could also see their ceiling, the place where they were blocking the luminosity from being consciously activated in their awareness. And as I passed through these beings, I was offering prayer, offering insight to help them break through the ceiling so that they too could see what I was seeing about them, that they were light, that they were luminosity. And this went on all night. I went into the continent of Africa, and I could see the perception of the Dogon tribe. I could see that their perception was way more expanded than the average human being, and without telescopes, they could see the star systems, and they could see with their awareness way beyond what humanity has seen before the advent of the Hubble telescope and other telescopes that have come after that. And then as I began to travel throughout not the universe, but through the earth, being the light, there was a moment in which the sun began to shine in my bedroom, and I woke up. And when I woke up, I said, whoa, I'm Michael now, because I'd been everyone else all night. I'd been the light in all of these beings. And I said, oh, I'm Michael now. That's what I said that out loud. I woke up and said, oh, I'm Michael now, because I was aware that I'd been through all of these beings. And I say that to remind you that not only is there the dimension of light, where you become lighthearted, where you begin to be aware that you're surrounded by a field of infinite potential, infinite possibilities, but you become aware that you are that light, you see. And that light coming in a direction is not a train coming in the wrong direction on the track of life. That is your higher self that you are now becoming keenly aware of and becoming activated in. And everyone has their own insights into this kind of luminosity. Everyone has their own way of feeling into that. But I just want you to know that you are light. You're way beyond your physical being identified merely as your physical body, being identified as the possessions you might own, just as you're not your house, you're not your car, you're not your clothes, you're not your shoes. You're not even the interpretation of your past experiences. You are light itself, you see, luminous and conscious. And your inner work of affirmative prayer and sacred meditation allows you to live from the realm of insight, in which you begin without eyes see this, and begin without ears to hear this. And so that as you enter into the awareness of the topic today, which is being all systems go without any attachment to an outcome. I dare you to do that, you see. To live with all systems go without any attachment to the outcome. This is to live moment by moment by moment, to bring your best to any particular task that you're involved in without attachment to an outcome, not attachment to whether somebody's going to pat you on the back, whether you're going to get a compliment, or whether you're going to get noticed. You know, as the Bhagavad Gita teaches, we are to work without an attachment to the fruits of our labor, you see? And so when we begin to operate at this level, that is bringing the full brunt of excellence to whatever we're called to do in any given moment, what begins to happen is you come into what I call human interruptus. That is, you begin to interrupt and disrupt the mind chatter about success and failure that bounces back and forth in your mind, that has you attached to a future and having you anxious about a future. You begin to break that mind chatter, and you begin to be fully here, fully now, with whatever is in front of you, bringing forth excellence in all of the tasks that you're called to do, but you're not just checking it off your list and getting it done. Whew, I got that done. Whew, I got that done. Whew, I got that done. No! You are bringing the full dynamic of excellence to what you're called to do without an attachment to getting it done, just being in the moment, bringing excellence and love and the beauty and generosity of the heart and soul, which takes you out of time into the timeless, dimensionless space of the eternal, breaking into time as your very life and being. You disrupt the mind chatter of success and failure. You disrupt feedback from the projection of the future of your previously held anxiety about the future. In other words, you have levels of anxiety from time to time about what the future holds for you, but what we know, we don't know what the future holds, but we know what holds the future, and that's the present, you see. And so what happens is you begin to disrupt the feedback from the future that you've projected from your sense of anxiety. It becomes disrupted. And all of that anxiety that you've projected out into the world that's coming back as a signal of fear that you've projected into that particular mindscape operated on by the universal law, you interrupt it and become absolutely available to more good than you could possibly imagine. What came to me in the earlier service, I thought about Star Trek because I am an original Trekkie, and I like all of them. But I can remember one particular, and I like Star Wars too. And one particular episode of Star Trek was a moment in which the Enterprise moved into this region of space in which there had been massive destruction of previous ships in the area. And they were investigating to find out why the ships were destroyed. And as they began to go to the other ships and look through the perennial black box, to look through the technology to see what had happened, they became aware that there was a rhythm that had moved through and destroyed the ship. So when they beamed back to the Enterprise, there was a small rhythm that went through. And Picard says, all power to the shields. Not all, partial. And when he put the power up, the rhythm got stronger. He hit more power to the shields, rhythm got stronger. More power to the shields, rhythm got stronger. And they were about to go to maximum power when Data said, no, don't, turn it off, turn off the shields. And Picard's like, what? We're going to be destroyed. He said, no, turn it off. And he trusted it, he turned it off, and the rhythm just passed through the Enterprise because the rhythm was only matching their defensiveness. It was matching what they were putting out. And when they went to the powerful defense into that expression, the rhythm was simply matching what they were putting out. When, in fact, you begin to come into moment by moment, giving your best in the moment, without an attachment to an outcome, mind you, I dare you to do this, you disrupt the mind chatter about success and failure. You disrupt the feedback from the future fear signals that your anxiety has produced. And you come into a different state of awareness, which is what the teachings are all about, expanding your awareness of that which is real and eternal and forever. Thus, when we hear, many of you, maybe many years have seen that movie, years ago, may have seen that movie, Chariots of Fire, which was about two runners during the Olympics, and one was really, really ambitious and really attached to winning, and the other loved because he just loved to run. Just love, that's how he connected with the Spirit of the living God. He had no attachment to winning. Yes, he did want to win, but his attachment was to what occurred to him as he was running. He would go into the bliss zone. He would feel his connection to a presence that wasn't an absence, the presence of intelligence and beauty. And the byproduct, the outcome of that was that he won, but it wasn't attached to that. It was simply running for the Lord. Or you may be aware of a Brother Lawrence, the Benedictine monk that had went into very high states of consciousness to the point where he did not separate his state of consciousness whether he was doing business or whether he was in contemplative meditation, whether he was washing the dishes. His whole state of awareness that he was doing everything for and about the presence that was never an absence. Now, if you're here for the first time, when we use the word God, we're not speaking about an anthropomorphic man in the sky. We don't believe at this stage of our evolution that exists. You see, we have evolved to the point where we know that this presence is a presence and not an absence. It's the presence of love and beauty and intelligence and life itself. So when you hear the word God, don't get upset. We're not talking about a man in the sky, you see. We're talking about a presence. But Brother Lawrence could see this presence in the bubbles of his soap when he was washing the dishes. And he approached everything with a sense of awe and wonder and reverence and love of the presence. And it had a very high state of this awareness throughout the course of his days. And someone asked him how he had achieved such an advanced state of consciousness. And he said, one day, I gave up all that was not he. That was the word he used at that particular time. I'll update it. I gave up all that was not the presence. And I began to live in the world as if only the presence and I existed. Now, he bumped into unitive consciousness. He bumped into a state of oneness. I gave up everything that wasn't God. And I began to live in the world as if only God and I existed, until there was an emergence of the awareness that God was he, as Brother Lawrence, worshiping the presence everywhere. He was single-minded. He was living the single-eyed approach. He was absolutely out here with all systems go, without an attachment to the outcome. Now, understand, I'm not saying not to have goals. I'm not saying, don't hear that. I'm just saying that there's a higher purpose to your goals, you see. So don't hear me say, whoa, Dr. Beckwith said we don't have to have goals. No, I'm not saying that. Don't give yourself a fake escape clause. You know, as I've taught over the years, you know, there are tasks, there are goals, and there's purpose. There are tasks, things that you have to do. There are people that do tasks, but they're not attached to any goals. They're just doing tasks, you know, and that's like building sandcastles at the beach in front of a big wave. Eventually, they become almost meaningless. And then there are people who have goals. There are tasks that accompany their goals, but they have no higher purpose. And you may know of a number of these individuals or know about them, that they've achieved great goals with no purpose, and they kind of sometimes feel empty. They feel like maybe they've gained a lot in the world, but there's a level of emptiness within them because there's no higher purpose. And then there are individuals that are purposeful-oriented, that have goals and have tasks. So they have tasks to fulfill their goals, but their goals are a part of a larger purpose. Now, what is your purpose? Your purpose is to reflect and to reveal divinity, to reflect and reveal the beauty of the cosmos, to reflect and to reveal the intelligence that's everywhere in its fullness. Yeah, that's everyone has the same purpose. We all have different missions, different goals as to how to reveal that purpose, but we are to be the face of divinity. You see, on earth. We're not dying and waiting to go to heaven. You know, we've evolved beyond that. We are dying to our littleness so that which is at hand, heaven, that which is at hand, infinite potential, that which is at hand, infinite possibilities, that which is at hand, the love of the Spirit, can be made manifest through our thought, our word, our deed, you see. And so, as Brother Lawrence saying, I gave up everything that wasn't the presence. I let go of the content of my mind that would circumvent me seeing that which is right here, all of the power and all of the presence and all of the love. I let it all go and lived in the world. Now, what if you lived in the world as if only you and God existed? That means you would see every blade of grass as God meeting you. You would see the ground upon which you're standing as holy. You would see the beings around you as luminosity, divine light, some conscious, some unconscious, but still light. You would see it differently. You would want to bow at the feet of the beings that you met because you would begin to nurture yourself to seeing that there's luminosity within that being, there's light within that being, there's Buddha within that being, there's Christ within that being. It's there, in there, but somebody has to see it, you see. And this begins with you seeing it in yourself by being out here with all systems go without attachment to an outcome. It's a dare. So I dare you to stop during the course of this week a little bit every day and look at what you're doing. Take your mind off of an outcome that you're attached to and just be with what you're doing and ask, how can I bring excellence to what I'm called to do? How can I bring love to what I'm called to do? How can I bring beauty and the peace to what I'm called to do? Don't attach it to an outcome. Just as we announced that Brother Jamie is getting an honorary doctorate. I'm sure he did not have that on his vision board. I'm sure he didn't have that. Wasn't he like, please, God, give me a doctorate. I'm playing all this music. Hope they recognize me and give me it. He probably didn't. It was probably a surprise to him. His just generosity of the Spirit and writing music and singing music with purpose and meaning and inspiration, that was an outcome that he probably had no attachment to it because he probably wasn't visualizing about it. There's so many gifts that want to be bestowed upon you. You don't want to block it with the mind chatter of success and failure. You don't want to block it by receiving signals of fear from the anxiety that you've projected onto the screen called the future. We want to disrupt that and be in this moment by absolutely being out here with all systems go with no attachment to an outcome. Now understand this. There's a big difference between detachment and non-attachment. They are not the same thing. Detachment is, I'm not playing anymore. I'm taking my ball and going home. I give up. I'm just not, no, forget about it. That's detachment. Non-attachment is, I'm going full out, but I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm going full out, and I'm going to allow the outcome to be determined by the generosity energetic that I am giving moment by moment by moment. The outcome will form around that frequency that will be beyond my present paradigm, my present point of view. It will be beyond that. I could say the same thing about Akuyo Graham. I had the privilege and the honor last night of presenting her with the Spirit, the Spirit Award from the Black Women's Lawyer Association for the great work that she's done with Spirit Awakening. She probably didn't even know that award existed, you see? But she took on our youth incarcerated in juvenile hall. She had a higher purpose. Yes, she's a great actor. She had a higher purpose. Yes, she's a wonderful practitioner. But she saw our youth. She's from Africa, so she didn't know that America has the largest lockdown of kids in the world. We're number one in locking up our children. She didn't know that. But when she saw it, another purpose emerged. Somebody's got to see the truth about these kids. Somebody's got to see something beyond criminality and the mistakes that they made. And she took it upon herself and had this great vision of spirit awakening, and thus has been in the juvenile system now for a number of years, bringing these kids back to their soul, real soul retrieval, bringing them back to who and what they really are, you see. And the outcome? Awards, she's being applauded, there's wonderful things happening for her, but she didn't do it for any of that. She found a purpose beyond her little self, you see. And so today, I'm inviting you. Doesn't matter what the task is. Just sometime during your day, stop whatever it is you're doing and notice if there's an attachment to an outcome. Yes, of course, you want to get whatever it is that you're doing. You want to complete it. You want to get it done. But you don't want to have a check-it-off consciousness. You want to have the consciousness of love and excellence to the best of your ability. And some days, your best is better than other days. But if you use it as a practice, then the outcome will again be beyond your limited perception, and you will be shocked and surprised by the good that is trying to happen in your life. Because His presence is everywhere. What does it need? It needs an opening. And so this presence wants two things from you. This presence wants to be known, and this presence wants to be expressed. That's what it wants. Those are the two things. You can read all kinds of theology about God and all of that, but it comes down to this. The presence wants to be known. That's why you pray and meditate, not to change God's mind, but to get your own mind in alignment with the presence. It wants to be known. You want to know it. And it wants to be expressed. That's your purpose, you see. So as we live that way, these are very simple things that I'm saying to you this morning. But it's incumbent upon all of us to have just a teensy-weensy little bit more practice. Wherever we are, we just practice a little bit more. And here's the deal. When you have an insight and a revelation about the nature of reality, that little, what you think is a little insight is really big, because the presence doesn't know quantity, because it's everywhere and it's encompassing everything, but it does know quality. And when you have a little bit of an insight, it changes the trajectory of your life. The ramifications are massive. And you'll live a free life. So stop complaining about what you have to do. As Walter Russell reminds us, he once said, I prayed to love what I had to do. Take that on, and then bring your full attention to bear in this moment excellence. All systems go. No attachment to an outcome, not detached. I have no attachment to an outcome, so the outcome is formed by the universal presence, its law matching my frequency. Not of anxiety, but of freedom and love and beauty and abundance. Even now, I feel it in my bones. Woo! I love what I get to do. And you realize I've been getting to do this about 35 years. I mean, I started at 37, okay? So I don't even know how anyone does anything for 35 years unless you're not really checking it off. You're just in the moment with it. And you look up, 10 years has gone by, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I have no relationship to time. I'm now with you in the presence. Loving. I'm having a love affair with the presence in public. Setting myself on fire so you can come watch me burn. That way you burn away the dross of the sense of separation. Woo-wee. And then what do? We get to celebrate. Watch this individual that sent in this visual, this video. Celebrate. Dance with the rest.
Love is love forever, live true and dance.
Magdalena Curtis.
Love is love forever, live true and dance free.
Magdalena, come on now, give me some piano.
Love is love forever, live true and dance free. You must dance free, you must dance. Love is love forever, live true and dance free.
Feel the celebration. You're touching the cosmic celebration. It's not the universal presence. It's not in agony. That's Magdalena. Give her some love. You know how to chat her up. Tell her thank you so much for sending in that visual. Because what is she doing? Just by watching somebody love the presence and move to the presence and love the presence like that, it changes our own chemical nature. We start producing great tonic chemicals. Endorphins start to flow through the temple. We slow down the aging process. Coherence of the brain begins to happen. We become more available to divine revelation and insight, divine wisdom and transformational knowledge. Something as simple as Nataraj dancing. God is dancer, you see. And so what do we want to do? We want to lift up our attention. We want to live and lift ourselves up to a higher awareness of love, more expanded awareness of love. Let's rock it. Let's do this. We got a couple of dancers coming out. You can send us a video.
Than I've ever been lifted before. Keep it up, quench my desire. I'll be at your side forevermore. You know God loves, your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me, lifting me. God's love lifts me higher, higher. You know God loves, your love keeps lifting me, yes, lifting. Lifting me, God's love lifts me higher, higher.
I was downhearted. Come on. Disappointment was my closest friend. The spirit came, and it soon departed. And it never showed its face again. That's why God's love,
Your love keeps lifting me,
keeps on lifting.
on lifting me, lifting me. God love keeps me higher, higher.
You know God's love,
Your love keeps lifting me,
keeps on lifting me.
on lifting me, lifting me. God's love lifts me higher, higher.
That's right.
doors and stage. That was real celebration. We're in a moment where we're inviting ourselves to be lifted. Our vibrational frequency lifted into the realm of love. This is the manna from heaven. This is our daily bread. Moment by moment. God's love lifting us higher. God's love keeps lifting me. Keeps on lifting me. Lifting me. God's love lifts me higher. Feel it in your bones. Feel it in your soul. And now with this expanded awareness, we've got a joyful purpose. There are individuals who want to borrow our consciousness for prayer. They don't have to pay us back either. All they got to do is reveal the wholeness that's intrinsically theirs. As you close your outer eye for a moment and hear the song in your mind for a moment that God has the whole world in his hands, that's through us. The presence of God has the whole world in its vibrational hands. Through us, we're embracing the whole planet, all sentient beings in prayer right now. Everything that's going on, that's swirling around, it's just a phenomenal world emanating from stages and states of consciousness and thought forms, but there's something real back of all of it. Woo! Reverend Joanne, you might as well make your way on up here now. There's something real back of all of it. A presence that wants to be known and expressed beyond prejudice, beyond preconceived ideas, beyond opinions, positionalities, and points of view. This presence wants to be known as expanded awareness of the presence. And with this moment by moment daily bread, we are fulfilled. We're not living a life of fulfillment. We're living a life of fulfillment. Reverend Joanne, come on now, give us that prayer.
Fill me
Jennifer.
up, Lord. Fill me up. Woo! Let me be a container that is full of the sacred drink. Dawash Meya Nith Kadashishma. Our Papa, our Daddy. You're in the heavens. You are everywhere. Heavens are everywhere, even here and for sure now. Your name is kosher. Your name is sacred. Just to hear what you sound like changes everything. And because there's only one name on this earth, only one presence, we sharing in that name. There's a name, a sound, an expression of the Lord that rings throughout all the heavens, the heaven within and the heaven without. Let your kingdom come. Tete Maukuta. Tete Maukuta. Let your kingdom come and let your will, let your inclination, let your desire, it's your desire, be in equal measure in the heavens the same way it is upon this earth. Upon this earth called my heart, upon this earth called my spirit, upon this earth called my soul, upon this earth called Agape, upon this earth, Woo! Hey, Lord, you so good. You is so good.
you the too sweet of the too sweet. Oh, sweet, naturally, the heavenly nectar that provides us our needful bread every day. Every day we got the bread of life to eat, to be sustained by. Oh, Awun, the Washmaya Nif Kadash Shmach. Oh, my Lord, you is everywhere, and everywhere is right here and is right now. Oh, I'm so grateful and thankful, and I'm so thankful, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful and grateful and grateful and thankful that the name, that the sound of you is the sound of each and every one of you within my voice. Oh, come and be inside the voice of God. Once upon a time, a man named Yeshua, he too heard a voice, and it called him to his destiny. Let the voice of God call you right now to your destiny. You got a destiny with oneness. You got a destiny with unity. You got a destiny with wholeness. Oh, something's going into remission right now. Something just done went into remission right now. Oh, something done went into bafflication. It's something that baffled the doctors about you today. They don't know what happened. You just got healed and you done baffled us. Oh, Lord, you's a baffling God with your wholeness, with your spirit, with your generosity. Oh, I'm calling upon you, Lord. I'm calling through you. Let my life be the evidence. My life is the evidence. Your life is the evidence. Your life, my life. The one life is the evidence that there's only one presence here, and it's presenting itself even now.
Even now.
And so I let this thing go. I done spoke a word. Over our lives.
Yes.
I'm Brother Lawrence. I could be praying or washing the dishes. Either way, it's the same touch of God. Oh, there is an incontrovertible touch of God, and once it done happened to you, you can't unget touched.
That's it.
You can't be untouched once the Lord done touched you. Oh, you touched already, but now you touched consciously, and that's all of it. And so let my life, let your life be the evidence that you are the very breath of God. The same one breath that God exhaled and sighed into Adam is the same breath that's in you right now. There's only one breath, there's only one life, there's only one spirit, there's only one healing, there's only one healer. Oh, we are in on it. And as my grandmother used to say, child, Lord, I is so glad. I'm so glad about it. I'm so glad about it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And so I'm going to let this thing go. I'm going to pass it on back to my reverend brother, friend, for, and all 35 years. And prayed and laughed and loved God together. Oh, I'm turning it over. I'm turning it over. I'm saying an amen. 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 And amen means the thing I just said, you're going to watch me live it. The thing I just said, the prayer I just repeated, the prayer I just declared, it is a lived life. I'm a lived life. I ain't a thought about life.
That's it.
Woo. And so I let it go. And I pass it back to my sweet brother, to my friend in the Lord, the great law of life. Oh, as we go from glory to greater glory.
Greater glory right now.
Belongs to you. The kingdom, the worship, the power, the capacity to live it. Ooh, and the very song and praise. That's glory. Song and the praise. Oh, I'm so grateful. And I pass. And I pass. And I pass. I pass. I pass. I pass.
Thank you.
And as I pass, I receive. And as I receive, I pass. I pass. I pass. I done pass. Oh, pass.
Feel it in your bones right now. You hear those voices? They're full to overflowing with the Spirit of God. Heard Reverend Joanne, filled to overflowing. The Spirit of the living God. Seen our Agape Global Choir, filled to overflowing. The Spirit of the living God. What about you? Feel it. Sing it. We're leaning and letting go for Christina Zimmerman. We're leaning and letting go for Amy Chavez, for Uncle Lionel. Stacy Lynn Floyd, right where Stacy is the presence. We're knowing the absolute truth for peace of mind for Terry Clark. And Terry Clark's friend Terry has made the transition from visible to invisible. Peace be still for the entire family. Michael Williams and Robert Davis for Robert's mom, Frankie Mae Davis. Invisible plane to the five senses, but life after life is the truth. But peace for Michael Williams, peace for Robert Davis. Angie Craig, her longtime companion, her dog Obi, shuffled off. Bless Angie right now. And let's bless anyone who needs some prayer right now. Some of you are typing, or not typing, that's an old word. But you're placing right there on the internet with us prayer requests, and the practitioners are responding. We give thanks right now that even before you're asking, it's already being given. Woo! And we feel it. We feel it in our bones. Thank you, life. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. We stand in perpetual gratitude. I single out with all systems go, not attached, but embracing the glad surprise in and as our life. And it's happening now. Now is the appointed time. Now it's happening now. Right now. And so what do we say? We say, and so it is. We say, it is done. We say now, so be it. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Shalom. Salam. Hotep. Hallelujah. So we give thanks in deep gratitude and allow it to be so, now and forever. Amen. Amen. Feel into that moment of sacred silence for just a few seconds. With our mind full to overflowing with grace. We allow it to be so. It's happening. Now. Amen. As we open our eyes for a brief moment, we step into the part of the service in which we begin to activate our generosity muscles, the muscles of giving, whether you call your gift a tithe, a gift, a donation, or an offering. You're operating from not obligation, but from a state of love that you have something to give. And as you give from that state, the law is activated, and that he or she who has, more is magnified in their life because they're giving from having in gratitude. So not only are you blessing the spiritual community of which you've heard through the announcements, many things that are going on all the time, but you're also blessing yourself through your own act of giving. So we turn within, and what we give right now, we just give thanks. We give thanks for what we have to give. We bless it. We dedicate it to the knowing of truth within our own being that makes us free and allows us to be the next great version of ourselves. And so it is. Amen. And so for the veterans in the house, when I say house, I'm talking about the expanded house all around the nations and the world. Many of you already know how to give. Many of you are on our auto tithe program. If you want to join that, you can go to our website and do that. Many of you are on the text to donate, giving on a regular basis. Thank you so much. It makes our budgetary concerns much easier to deal with. Thank you so much. For those of you ready to give right now, take out your phone. Text the word give to 424-321-6243. Your phone will prompt you, and you choose the amount and the regularity of your giving. It's that simple. If you want to give on our website, if you're not on the website but want to give on the website, you go to agapelive.com. The donation button is on the banner. You can give that way. If, in fact, you want to mail in your donations, they're always come in on time. 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. I know I'm saying that kind of quickly, but it's on your screen right there. And you make out all checks and money orders to Agape International, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. If you're on a Facebook page, there's a donation button there. If you're on YouTube, you can give there or come to our website or text to donate. However you want to do it. You can use all the modalities if you just feel like you just want to do them all. I'll be right back.
Let's all come together and sing this song. When we are united and standing strong, there is nowhere but the heart we share with one another, no other there. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family that we all share. We are one spirit, come from one mind, one heart beating one life, one heart beating one life, one heart beating. See our brothers and sisters in everyone. No one's outside the circle, no us and them. Express our differences, see what we can learn from one another. With love we affirm. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family that we all share. We are one spirit, come from one mind, one heart beating one life, one heart beating one life, one heart beating. We are one people, breathing one air, one human family that we all share. We are one spirit and we come from one mind, one heart beating one life, one heart beating one life, one heart beating one life. Here we go. One heart beating one life.
Thank you, Dr. Jamie and crew. I'm calling him Dr. Jamie before it happens because it's been spoken to existence already, so we're just going to go ahead and just use the title, Dr. J. Take a breath. And let's feel that we're surrounded by a field of abundance. harmonizing prosperity, wealth, not materiality, but the wealth that is our health and the vibration of all needs met. Let's feel it for ourselves individually, and let's feel it for our community, otherwise known as Agape International, as we bless the offerings of the day, our daily bread, and more. Amen. Thank you. So for many of you, we'll see you online in 8 Pacific time tomorrow for the morning prayers with one of our practitioners, 12 o'clock for the afternoon meditation practice with one of our practitioners, and Friday, we'll see you at 5-ish for the community gathering of great conversation. And then back here again on Sunday, unless you're in one of our classes. Right where you are, right there in your boxers, you can stand up. I can't help what I see. I see you out there. But I also see, and I've said this before, some of you actually, even though you can't leave your home or you don't live in Los Angeles, you're dressing up for service and sitting right there in the living room with your big screen as if you were here with your Sunday best. Great respect to you. Let us sing.
Let's sing, everyone. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say
Call forth the Spirit of God through our Reverend Julie Moret to give us our benediction.
I'm so thankful for the promise of this service. I'm so thankful for the way in which this service, by gathering together, the way in which the service promises us that life is for us and never against us, that this life is good still, always, that this life is good, and that it's good as us, that right where we are, there is wholeness where we are, and love and beauty and freedom and justice and truth. And I'm knowing that as we receive the promise offered, as we welcome it into our bones and our cells and our knowingness and our way of life, we cannot help but activate the law of epigenetics, and through our thoughts and our words, our deeds, we are born new. We are physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically restructured, and a new day gets birthed because we showed up and said yes to the promise. I'm saying yes to that promise for each one tuning in this moment, that the promise is alive, it is activated, and it's so good as you. And with great gratitude, I allow it to be, and I say, and so it is. Amen. So it is. Amen.
So good. God is blessing you. Be grateful enough to receive it. Peace.
Yes. We want to say thank you to Jason Powell and Mijan Owens. And all of our wonderful members in the music ministry today. Yes. Give me a little bit. Jennifer Johns, thank you for being here with us today. Marissa Payne, Lori Mathers, Joshua Johnson, Jamie Lula, and you. Come on. Well, I'm stretching out, yeah. My mind is clear. Start that again. All right, Cal Bennett, play us a little something. Have an amazing week, everybody. We love you.